Good afternoon. We are bringing you a commentary of Tranmere Rovers versus Morecambe today from the League Two playoff semi-final first leg. I'm your alternative host, Russ Vernon, alongside your alternative commentator, Nicholas Jones, and you're listening to the commentary hub. Hopefully, you're doing okay. Thank you very much for joining us this evening, and hopefully, you're doing fantastically well. Great live coverage today as we will look forward to bringing you this match this evening. As I say, I'm delighted to be joined by our alternative commentator, Nicholas Jones, as the countdown to kick off is just with kick off being around about 12 minutes away. And good afternoon, Nicholas. You looking forward to this audio commentary of Tranmere Rovers against Morecambe today, mate?
Good afternoon, Russ. You bet I am.
Obviously, Nicholas, you were speaking off Morecambe. You said Morecambe finished the higher of the two sides in the regular season in League Two. So, with that in mind, then, Nicholas, do you feel Morecambe are the slight favourites for this one today, or do you feel Tranmere maybe slight favourites? Because if you look on the form getting into the playoffs, on the Tranmere 2 draws, 2 wins and a defeat. Morecambe 4 wins and a defeat in their last 5 as well. Who do you think is going to be the favourites going into this one, in your opinion, Nicholas?
If Morecambe have won more games in recent weeks than Tranmere, then I would have to go for Morecambe, but also because they still have their manager Derek Adams. Tranmere recently dismissed Keith Hill, and Ian Dawes is now the caretaker manager of the club until the end of the season. Whether he'll go on beyond that remains to be seen.
Yes, and also, Nicholas, if you look at the two sides today, plenty of a few changes, some tweaking personnel for Tranmere from last time. How they played last time in their last lineup, played a 4-2-3-1. Tonight is more of a 4-4-2 diamond for Tranmere. Do you think that could benefit Tranmere today, or do you still think Morecambe can get the job done today, Nicholas?
I would probably given their recent wins, I might say Morecambe might stand more of a chance because their lineup remains virtually unchanged, except Aaron Wildig has been brought in.
Yes, and with that side tonight, then looking at both sides. Obviously, in the Tranmere side, there's likes of Peter Clark, James Vaughan, Jay Spearing, Liam Feeney to an extent have all got experience of playing at higher levels. Obviously, on the bench for Tranmere, David Nugent has played at an higher level as well during his career. And then if you look in the Morecambe side, Diego Raga, Stockton, possibly Nye Percival played at an higher level as well. On the bench, Ben Pringle as well. So it looks as though Tranmere may just edge the more experienced heads of playing in the higher division in their ranks compared to Morecambe's. Do you think that could bear an impact on how this game goes today, Nicholas?
Well, that experience might count, but I'd still say that Morecambe might be more of the attacking side. But like you say, with Tranmere, they do have experienced players, so that might help so that might help to their advantage. Plus, they're also at home. So now that they've got many of their local and faithful supporters inside Prenton Park, that will surely give them a much needed boost, as it has done with other clubs so far this week.
Yes, and if you look at one of the fans that are in attendance tonight, Premier League referee Mike Dean, how do you think? Do you think he'll be having a shouting at the official for getting some decisions wrong tonight? If he feels decisions are going wrong against his Tranmere side, Nicholas, or do you feel be more calm and just watch the game right out and then have a word with him after the game? Do you think he'll have a go during the game, or do you think he'll wait till after the game's finished before having a go at the officials if he thinks he gets it wrong?
Well, there isn't a VAR room at Tranmere Rovers or anywhere at a League Two ground, so he can't storm in there as much as he likes. But I think, like you say, he's a Tranmere fan, so I think he'll probably be rooting for the Super White Army.
Yes, and Nicholas, if I were to ask you then for a prediction for this game with kickoff fast approaching, obviously you say Morecambe would probably be the favourites. If you were to look at and think of a prediction for this game, Nicholas, how do you see this game going? Do you think Tranmere can win, or do you think Morecambe will win, or do you think it'll be a draw? What's your overall score predictions? Will it be a narrow Tranmere win, narrow Morecambe win, a comfortable Morecambe win, comfortable Tranmere win, or do you reckon it'll be a draw? And what scoreline as well?
If James Vaughan is on good form tonight, given that he's Tranmere's top scorer with 18, he could win the game 2-1 for them, but they've also got David Nugent when he gets onto the pitch, and also Corey Blackett Taylor, who scored quite a bit, but also want to keep an eye on Cole Stockton, Morecambe's top scorer, with 13. He actually came through the youth system at Tranmere Rovers and played about 119 apps, scoring 28 goals in all competitions for them. So he should know how the club works.
Yes, and also, Nicholas, if you look at that as well, Cole Stockton back at his former stomping ground in Tranmere. He played at Prenton Park for the many amount of games, probably some away in there as well, but for the majority of those games. Do you feel he'll have a point to prove tonight, and do you think he'll get on the score sheet tonight, or don't you think he'll get on, or don't you think he'll have an impact for Morecambe? Do you reckon he'll have a point to prove though against Tranmere?
I think he could show. I think he could show his old club. I think he could show his old club a thing or two. If James Vaughan if James Vaughan is on form tonight, as is Stockton, it could be a real clash between the two, I think, and both wearing the number 9. So it could be a duel of the 9s.
Yes, could be a battle of the number 9s as we just look at a few goals from Cole Stockton. One from the edge of the box there, that was a fantastic strike, and then there's another one where he picks the ball up, plays it back, and then he gets it back, and he's through on goal. Got a player side of him with and squeeze that one in there. And just look at some of his goal call Stockton tonight, and he's lovely defender there. That was a Walsall earlier on in the season, so he has been able to pick up and run off the defenders to get in and getting behind. Do you feel that could be a problem for Tranmere if they let him have a bit of space in behind? That could cause him a few problems.
Well, if he is that committed, they should not attempt to give him as much space. But But what Cole and the other Morecambe players need to do is just find a way to catch Tranmere napping. But I'm already full of anticipation for this game, I can tell you.
Yes, it should be a good game for you all. If you were open to one of the games with the playoff game from yesterday, we do apologise for not bringing that. That was beyond our control and it was due to staff unavailability last night, so we apologise for that. But we are back tonight with the first leg of this League Two playoff semi-final clash between Tranmere and Morecambe. In the other League Two game, Newport County won 2-0 against Forest Green Rovers. We could see a repeat of the 2019 final where Tranmere played Newport in the playoff final in their league. Then, if Tranmere do get through, of course, and so do for Newport County. So, with the players almost set and ready to go, then we're just waiting for them to make our way out onto the field of play. We can see a few fans wearing masks inside the stadium, and we can now see the Morecambe players making their way out of the tunnel at Prenton Park on our screen here in the studio where I am. Tumana Diagaraga there, the former Leeds man, making his way onto the field of play. Neville there, the captain for Morecambe, out on the field of play. You can see the Tranmere fans in their seats. A couple of young Tranmere fans in there as a couple of them booing the Morecambe players as they're already out on the field of
Cheeky.
play. Yeah, very cheeky from the young Tranmere fans. They were just waiting for Tranmere to make their way out onto the field, which it looks like it will be happening right now as the fans inside the stadium get up and clap them as they make their way onto the field of play. So it's the last time where we and our microphones over to your big match commentator for this League Two playoff semi-final first leg clash. It's Tranmere Rovers against Morecambe in the company of your commentator, Nicholas Jones.
Thanks, Ross. The fans are full of anticipation at Prenton Park, as am I, in this League One clash between Tranmere Rovers and Morecambe, semi-final, first leg. Let's go through the teams now. Starting in goal for Tranmere Rovers is Joe Murphy. The defenders, Lee O'Connor, Peter Clark, the captain, Manny Monte, and Liam Radar. The three midfielders are Otis Khan, Jay Spearing, and Kieran Morris. Feeney, Vaughan, and Taylor completes the lineup. League Two, beg your pardon. With Morecambe, it's Carl Leatherin in goal, then Ryan Cooney, Sam Lavelle, Nathaniel Knight Percival, Stephen Hendry, Jan Songu, Tuami Diagaraga, Liam McAllendon, Aaron Wildig, Carlos Mendes Gomez, and the scorer we just mentioned, Cole Stockton. Peter Clark started all 46 games in League Two this season. Very experienced player. Over 750 apps spanning 21 years. He began his career at Everton and has played for clubs such as Blackpool, Southend United, Huddersfield Town, and Oldham Athletic. "39 years old and captain in place of the regular goalkeeper Scott Davis. Cole Stockton, 15 goals and 5 assists this season. On the subs bench for Tranmere, Ben Jones, the goalkeeper. Then number 4, Sid Nelson, 18, Callum McDonald, 35, Danny Lloyd, 14, Kane Woolery, and 28, David Nugent. And on the subs for Morecambe, Harry Davis, Aaron Kenyon, Liam Gibson, AJ Light-Smith, Brad Lyons, and Ben Pringle. As we mentioned earlier, Ian Dawes, caretaker manager for Tranmere after Keith Hill's dismissal. Derek Adams in the dugout for Morecambe. Has experience with promotion, of course. Promoted Plymouth Argyle to League One. a few seasons back, but without the need for playoffs. Tranmere in their white strips, the white shirts, the white shorts, and the white socks. Morecambe in their red shirts, the black shorts, and the black socks. And everyone takes the knee in support of Black Lives Matter. Not today or any day, so says the slogan and the stand against racism. Referee checking to see that everything is ready to go. And we are away at Prenton Park for the first leg League Two playoff match between Tranmere and Morecambe. Blackett-Taylor with the ball for Tranmere, but cut out by a couple of the attacking players, and Stockton might have been involved in this one, but play still goes on. Now Spearing, Jay Spearing. Leo Connor heads to a far off player. No, Clark. Now Manny Monte. Monte tries to go for a cross, but cut out by Stockton. And the ball is headed around, but it's now caught by Tranmere again. Jay Spearing for Tranmere. Passes to Clark. Now Radar. Monte. Clark. O'Connor and Morris. Was a bit of an incident between Morris and Diagaraga. 1-0 after 90 seconds. No, sorry, 0-0 after 90 seconds. Radar. Monte passes to Clark. Clark aims for. Clark goes for a cross. Headed by Khan. And Tranmere very close to opening their accounts. Couldn't see who it was that came close to the scoring. Headed by Khan. It went to Blackett-Taylor, but was deflected by one of the Morecambe defenders. And corner given. Liam Feeney will take the corner for Tranmere. Kicks the ball into the goal area. But nothing comes of it. And Tranmere back in possession with the ball. Spearing. Straight to their goalkeeper, Joe Murphy. Over 20 years experience. Monte. Monte passes the ball up the field to Morris. Tranmere won't give up. And the ball has gone out for a Morecambe goal kick. Morecambe captain Scott Lavery coming up to the referee to talk to him about something. There might have been an incident that I didn't quite see. O'Connor not happy about something. Neither is Ian Dawes. Goal kick to Tranmere, kicked by Murphy. And almost going to the path of the Morecambe attackers, but the Tranmere defenders and Murphy quickly solved it. Was actually a Morecambe free goal kick, beg your pardon, and that was Carl Leathering with the ball. But anyway, now, Radar. Back to Radar again. Monte passes to Clark. Cole Stockton wants to get the ball off him. Clark to Spearing. Spearing goes for Blackett-Taylor. Blackett-Taylor passes to Ryder and fouled just outside the 18-yard box. Free kick given. Excellent pass from Blackett-Taylor to Ryder, and it looked like he was caught out by one of the Morecambe defenders. Couldn't see who it was. Feeney with the corner. Pass it, and that was an attempt at goal from Otis Khan. But nothing materialises. Out for a throw. 5 minutes gone. Still 0-0 between Tranmere and Morecambe. Jay Spearing with the ball. Spearing passes to Khan. Otis Khan for Tranmere. Crosses to Blackett-Taylor. Blackett-Taylor fouled by one of the Morecambe defence. Couldn't tell who it was, and the referee is going to talk to him. It's McAllendon. He's having a bit of a chat with him. It looks like a verbal caution. Don't be so reckless, Sunshine. Commit any more like that and you'll get in the book. Blackett-Taylor caught the ball, but McAllendon was quick to bring him down. Was that worthy of just a verbal caution? I don't think it was. Should have been a yellow. Liam Feeney to take the free kick for Tranmere. He does, but the Tranmere defence doing well to hold him off. That was actually a great bit of defence from Sam Lavery. No, sorry, Lavelle. Corner now to Tranmere. Liam Feeney again. Well, the Morecambe players trying to get everyone in position. Feeney kicks the ball, went for Morris, but Mendes Gomez did well to hold off James Vaughan. Once again, it's another corner for Tranmere. Almost 7.5 minutes gone. Still 0-0 at Prenton Park. Feeney kicks and finds Taylor Blackett, who has to go after it. Taylor Blackett with the ball, headed by one of the attacking players. Clark. Now back to Khan. Spearing. Passes to Ryder. Ryder crosses. But Morecambe did very well to keep the ball out of their goal area. Mendes Gomez now for Morecambe, doing well to hold off Spearing, and the ball has gone out for a throw. Tranmere did really well. Tranmere did really well on the offensive, but Morecambe defended really well. Throw into Morecambe. Looks like it's going to be Stephen Hendry. Headed away by the Tranmere defence. Now Hendry. Intercepted by Morris. And the ball has gone out this time. And it looks like it will be a Morecambe corner. Wonderful cross by Blackett. And a decent header from one of the attacking players. Clark did well to aim for goal, but Morecambe did well to cut him out. Morris to Sango. Apologies if I keep getting names wrong. Ian Dawes looks on, issuing instructions. Ball has gone out of play after a mistimed throw-in. Ian Dawes talking to his management. 0-0 between Tranmere and Morecambe after 10 minutes. Morris for Tranmere. Intercepted by Morecambe. Cross by one of the midfields, aiming for Cole Stockton, but kept out by Manny Monte. Monte for Tranmere. Passes to Spearing. Spearing to Vaughan. Now Morris. No, sorry, Khan to Ryder. Out for a throw. First half possession so far, Tranmere with 78%, a lot more than Morecambe's 22%. Not one of them coming close to scoring, although Peter Clark almost did. Vaughan, now Blackett-Taylor. Good cross, aiming for Otis Khan. But Scott Lavelle gets to the ball before he does and is pushed out. And that is another corner for Tranmere. Almost 12 minutes gone. Still Tranmere 0, Morecambe 0. Derek Adams has been with Morecambe since the back end of 2019. No, sorry, it was in fact a Morecambe goal kick. Kyle Leatheran with the ball. Actually, it looked as if Lavelle did actually have the last touch of the ball. Derek Adams talking to his assistants. Morecambe back in possession with the ball. Peter Clark to Manny Monte. Monte with the ball, passes back to Clark. Clark passes, now back to Clark. Jay Spearing. Spearing passes to Khan, now Clark again. Ryder, Morris, caught by Vaughan. Cleared by the Morecambe defence and aiming for Cole Stockton. Saved by Joe Murphy. Now Spearing again. Ryder. Monte. Spearing. Spearing with the ball for Tranmere. Passes to Feeney. O'Connor. Morris. Vaughan. It was actually aiming for James Vaughan in the goal area, but he came close to a header. It wasn't enough. I beg your pardon, it was actually Spearing who was aiming for Vaughan. I think Vaughan did actually get a slight touch to it with his head. Just glanced it. If he put himself at another angle, he could have easily netted one for Tranmere. James Vaughan, once the Premier League's youngest goal scorer with Everton at 16 years old. Monte. Cut out by Liam McAlendon, the Irishman. 14.5 minutes gone. Still Tranmere 0, Morecambe 0, and it's actually raining at Prenton Park. Corner kick for Tranmere, taken by Aaron Wildig. Saved by... And it's actually a goal for Tranmere Rovers, for Morecambe. Couldn't see who it was. We'll check again in a moment. It was Jan Sanger. No, it was Nathaniel Knight Percival. Just came out of nowhere. He was completely unmarked. Tranmere Rovers did all they could with the defence. Crossed by Stockton and into the net by Knight Percival. And that is his first goal of the season at Morecambe. Tranmere now on the back foot already after nearly 16 minutes. Ryder. Crosses to Vaughan. Intercepted by the Tranmere defence. Superb cross into aiming for an attacking Morecambe Tranmere player, but cut away by Morecambe. Wildig aiming for Stockton. Now Mendes Gomez. Hendry crosses. But the ball has gone out. Morecambe looked like they were meaning to carry on where they scored. Great save by Murphy, but it didn't come off. Stockton to Knight Percival. And what a finish that was. What a time to score your first goal of the season. Khan now for Tranmere. To Peter Clark. Now Ryder. Blackett Taylor now for Tranmere. Tackled by one of the Morecambe defence. And it's out for another Tranmere corner. They've got to get this one right now. That is their 5th of the game tonight. Feeney takes the corner. Headed wide by the Morecambe defence. Did well to keep it out. Throw taken. Reinhardt crosses. Aims for Clark, who scores, and Tranmere are level. Just when I was saying that Tranmere was stunned by all this, they've only gone and equalised after 18 minutes. What with the reappearance of fans at Prenton Park, this has surely given them an extra boost right now. Superb delivery of the cross from Reinhard, and Clark pounced at the right moment. The 39-year-old with so much experience and that is his 4th goal this season. And Ian Dawes and the fans go absolutely mad. Morecambe aren't out of this yet. It looked like they were going for goal, but Joe Murphy was quick to save it for Tranmere. Vaughan passes to Feeney. Tranmere still in play. This is Rydhaw. Almost cut away by Tooney. Now cut away by Ryan Tooney. That looked like a foul, but the referee says play on. Otis Khan. Khan crosses, aims for Vaughan. Can Vaughan make it 2? Not quite, it's just wide. But offside flag given. Was he just marginally ahead of the Morecambe defender? Yes, he was. He was way ahead of Knight Percival. Khan just crossed at the wrong angle. But Peter Clark just goes to show that there's life in the old dog yet. Mendes Gomez aimed for goal, but now Wildig, cleared by the Tranmere defenders. That might have been Clark. "21 minutes gone. Tranmere Rovers 1, Morecambe 1. Throw-in taken by Cooney. Now Cole Stockton, cut out by Monte. Another corner for Tranmere Rovers. No, Morecambe, sorry, Morecambe. No, goal kick to Tranmere. To Rydhaw. Rydhaw to Khan. Khan to Blackett-Taylor. Blackett-Taylor finds Morris. Defended well by Morecambe. Now Monte to Taylor Blackett, to Blackett-Taylor. Blackett-Taylor cut out by Yan Sangu. The Tranmere fans in high spirits, cheering the club on with the rattlers and their drums. And it's another corner to Tranmere Rovers. Liam Feeney again with the corner. Sends it into the goal area. Vaughan, cut out by Leatheran. And it seems to me like Tranmere are trying their best to put Morecambe under real pressure, but Morecambe are no slouch. O'Connor. Khan crosses to Feeney. Liam Feeney for Tranmere. Now Liam Rydhaw crosses. Defended well by Morecambe. Now Morris fouls Mendes Gomez. Excellent attempt at goal by Vaughan, just as it came just as it came into his area, but excellent stop by Kyle Leatheran. Kyle Leatheran, son of Glenn, formerly of Leeds United and Chesterfield. Ball was aiming for Vaughan, but Vaughan has pushed Nathaniel Knight Percival down to the ground. I think he used his, it looked like he used his elbows, and Nathaniel Knight Percival takes down a boom mic in the process. Derek Adams and the management trying to work out what's going on. Nathaniel Knight Percival understandably annoyed. Cleared by Spearing. Kept out by Leatheran. Still 1-1 between Tranmere and Morecambe after 25 minutes. O'Connor now in for Spearing, now Stockton. Back in possession of Tranmere. This is Khan. Rydar. Rydar was going for Blackett-Taylor, but cut away by Cooney. Cooney did well to keep the ball out. Khan. Morris. Rydar. Khan. Khan passes to Morris. Now Blackett-Taylor. Aaron Blackett-Taylor is dispossessed by the Morecambe defence, and the ball has gone out for a throw. Headed by Khan. Vaughan. Now was aiming for Manny Monte, but it's out for another throw. "26 minutes gone, still 1-1, nothing to choose between them at the moment. It is still raining at Prenton Park. Jan Sangu did well to hold off James Vaughan. Monte. Sue Murphy. Now O'Connor. Spearing. Was aiming for Blackett-Taylor. Blackett-Taylor now with the ball for Tranmere. Taylor does well to hold on, dispossessed by Cooney. Now at the boots of McAllendon. McAllendon does well to hold on, but it's intercepted by Khan. Khan with the ball for Tranmere. Now to Monte. Rydar. Back to Monte. Monte crosses. To O'Connor. Diagaragua. Now back in possession of Tranmere. Khan. Khan to Morris. Rydar. Blackett-Taylor now. Khan to Spearing. Now Liam Feeney. Feeney crosses. But the ball does not reach his intended target. James Vaughan clearly not happy about something, talking to the referee. There might have been an infringement in the goal area. Lavelle appeared to have pulled on his shirt and brought him down. Shirt tugging in the goal area. That was clearly a deliberate attempt to stop Vaughan from obtaining a goal. Why Why he wasn't cautioned, I do not know. Feeney now with the ball for Tranmere. Spearing. O'Connor. Clark. Peter Clark passes back to Lee O'Connor. O'Connor with the ball for Tranmere. Morris. Back to Khan. Khan now to Spearing. Spearing aims for Feeney. Finds him. Feeney was going for it, but cut out by Carlos Mendes Gomez. Now Peter Clark again. Passes to Rydar. Now Khan. Khan to Monte. Cross by Monte to Feeney. No, sorry, Blackett Taylor. Blackett Taylor crosses, aims for Khan, but kept out by Ryan Cooney. Ryan Cooney did well to hold them off. But Tranmere still not out of this yet. Now Cole Stockton, play's been stopped. Free kick is given, and one of the players talking to the referee, clearly not happy about something. It looked like Monte was pulling on Stockton's shirt. Play is resumed. Monte. O'Connor. Now Feeney. Liam Feeney for Tranmere. Crosses into the penalty area. Cleared away by Nathaniel Knight Percival. Stockton. Cleared away again. Now back in possession for Tranmere. Spearing. Feeney. Liam Feeney crosses into the penalty area, but the ball is way wide. Nearly 32 minutes gone. Still Tranmere 1, Morecambe 1. I was saying it could be a close one, and it is. Ryan Cooney with the throw. Went between McAllendon and one or two other players, but out for another Tranmere throw. This time to Rydar. Tranmere faithful getting behind their players. Tranmere back in play with Monte, Khan, O'Connor to Khan again. Otis Khan back to Feeney. Rydar. Now Feeney again. Cross by Spearing. Kept out by the Morecambe defence. Rydar. Monte to O'Connor. O'Connor slips up, but gets the ball. Khan. Now Spearing. Feeney. O'Connor back to Khan. Monte. Manny Monte to Morris. But players momentarily been halted. And it is a goal kick to Morecambe, courtesy of Kyle Leatheran. Derek Adams talking to his assistant and issuing instructions to his players. Tranmere back in possession again with Monte. Monte crosses. Blackett-Taylor was almost dispossessed by Cooney, which he has been. Sangu aims for Mendes Gomez, but the ball is out for another throw. Spearing for Tranmere. Monte. Derek Jones has commented, wow, 2 goals already. You're absolutely right, Dad. Clark. Morris. Clark again. Monte. Monte crosses. Kept out by the Tranmere defence. Now Clark again. So Spearing. Back to Clark. Feeney. Feeney passes to Ryder. Now Feeney again. Kept out by... Good work by the Morecambe defenders to keep it out. Spearing. Vaughan. Spearing again. Spearing passes to Ryder. Now Khan. Cooney very much the pesky defender in the around the Morecambe goal area, doing really well for his club to keep Tranmere's possession out. And it is going to be another corner to Tranmere Rovers. Feeney kicks the ball into the goal area, cleared away by the goalkeeper, and out again. Almost a header fry. Vaughan resulted in Tranmere's second of the match. But Hendry and Knight Percival did well to hold him off. Ian Dawes giving instructions as ever to his team. Headed by Monte. Now Spearing. Spearing passes to O'Connor. O'Connor with the ball for Tranmere. Feeney. Connor. Clark. Clark crosses, aims for Vaughan. Vaughan now with the ball for Tranmere. Gets into a bit of an argument with Nathaniel Knight Percival. Fouled. Referee says play on. Feeney almost had it. And it is out for a throw taken right away. Spearing for Tranmere. Otis Khan. Now Liam Ryder. Manny Monte goes for Corey Blackett-Taylor. Blackett-Taylor for Swansea. No, Tranmere. Spearing, crosses, goes for goal, but just over the crossbar. Nice curling effort by Jay Spearing. It would have been a goal had a Morecambe defender not got in the way. "39 minutes gone, still Tranmere Rovers 1, Morecambe 1. Headed by Clark. Vaughan. Now Spearing. Back to Vaughan. Cut out by Knight Percival. Spearing passes to Khan. Khan now aims for Blackett Taylor. Blackett Taylor with the ball. Right arm crosses. Saved by Kyle Leatheran. Thanks for that, Russ. To say that I'm doing a good job in the commentary, obviously agrees with my dad, saying that it's 2 goals for both teams so far already. 5 minutes to go for normal time, and it is going to be another corner for Morecambe. Morecambe have had the most goals from corner. Morecambe have had the most goals from corners this season in League Two, equal with Carlisle United. Corner taken, but kept out. Morecambe still hungry for the ball. O'Connor for Tranmere. Wilding for Morecambe. Saved by Murphy. Spearing. Now Feeney. Feeney to O'Connor. Now Spearing. Vaughan. Blackett Taylor dispossessed. Was aiming for Cole Stockton, but held off by Tranmere. Jay Spearing for Tranmere. To James Vaughan. Now Otis Khan. To Feeney. O'Connor. Back to Feeney. Now Clark. Monte with the ball for Tranmere. Passes to Spearing. Now Feeney. Back to O'Connor. Back to Feeney again. Feeney passes to O'Connor. Now Liam Feeney for Tranmere. Crosses. Was aiming for Blackett Taylor, but kept out by the Morecambe defence. Jay Spearing now. Now Otis Khan. Intercepted very well by Liam McAllendon. But Tranmere back in play. Now Morris. And already it's going to be a free kick to Tranmere. Can't see why. Something must have happened and I couldn't see what. Tranmere, Feeney did well to cross to Taylor, to Blackett Taylor. That's what it might have been for. Vaughan clashed with the goalkeeper, Kyle Leatheran. Leatheran clutching his shoulder, twisting it round, obviously trying to get some muscle energy back into it. James Vaughan hasn't played this many games since February. Less than 2 minutes of normal time remaining. Spearing. To Clark. Monte. Monte across the ball upfield, aims for Vaughan. James Vaughan now. Doesn't quite come off. I think he slips up in the goal area. Now McAlendon for Morecambe. To Mendes Gomez. Mendes Gomez! Saved by Murphy. Cooney almost had the ball, but was brought down by Liam Feeney. That looked like a foul to me, and I think Feeney should have been booked for that. Feeney clearly irated. That was quite a ruthless challenge. Lucky not to get in the book, and we have 2 minutes of added on time in the first half, and it's only going to be a free kick to Morecambe. Cole Stockton to take. No, Aaron Wilding, I beg your pardon. But it's now Cole Stockton for Morecambe. And the ball has gone in. It's Liam McAlendon who makes it 2. This really is turning into a hotly contested game. I apologise if I didn't catch the scorer before. Superb bit of teamwork by Morecambe. Stockton passed at the right time to McAlendon. And that is McAlendon's 3rd goal of the season. If Morecambe keep playing like this, they could be in for a real shot of promotion. And John Hughes says it would be good to see Tranmere join Bolton Wanderers and maybe see Jay and Liam at the Unibowl. We'll ask Russ what he means by Jay and Liam. And the full-time whistle has been blown. No, and the half-time whistle, sorry, has... No, it isn't, sorry. Ryder with the throw. Play still goes on. Back in possession for Tranmere. Something has happened. And the half-time whistle has been blown. Tranmere were looking to go in. Tranmere were looking to win with their fans, but now it's not looking likely at present. But it's turned out to be a hotly balanced game between two sides chasing that spot in the playoff final. Half-time score at Prenton Park: Tranmere Rovers 1, Morecambe 2.
Yes, and a fantastic first half commentary there from Nicholas Jones. I just want to confirm just what one of the contributors, John Hughes, said. He said, balanced, fair commentary for the neutral. So thank you very much, Johnny. That's what we like to bring here on the commentary: balanced and fair commentary from all our pool of great commentators from the first half. And Nicholas, if you want to know what he meant by Jay and Liam at the Unibowl, University of Bolton Wanderers Stadium, so say next season, Johnny meant Jay Spearing and Liam Feeney, because they both played for Bolton in their careers so far. So, but great first half coverage then from Nicholas Jones. We'll be back with him as soon as the second half, or just before the second half gets underway. We'll get his thoughts on what he has watched and what he thinks to the game so far, and how he thinks the game will end up. Some other news today which came out earlier on tonight, and just to say from in the news from the championship, which comes from Cardiff City, and Cardiff City defender Sol Bamba has revealed today that he is cancer free. Cardiff City defender Sol Bamba said he is cancer free after just over 4 months. It was announced he was being treated for non-Hodgkin lymphoma. Bamba, 36, had chemotherapy after the cancer diagnosis, but having returned to action in Cardiff's draw with Rotherham on May the 8th, Bamba says he is clear of the disease. The former Leeds, Leicester and Hibernian player wrote on Instagram earlier on today, "Hey everyone, just a quick message to inform you that I'm now cancer free. It is of course incredibly heartwarming news for my family and I. We are over the moon right now. Thanks to all my family, friends and of course the club, everyone in the football industry that has helped me facing this challenge." He also went on to say, "I really want to thank each and every one that has been supporting me, whether it has been with a comment, message, like, or whatever. That definitely gave me the extra strength to go through this. Above all, I want to thank the family and the NHS who took such good care of me. I will be always grateful for your job. Thank you to all my family, friends, of course the club and everyone associated in football industry. I wish you everyone all a blessed day," and he says he'll see them again soon on the pitch. So really great news. Bamba has been 118 appearances since joining Cardiff in 2016. Sees his contract expire with the Bluebirds this summer. The club are discussing the possibility of a new deal for Sol Bamba. Both Cardiff signed earlier today. West Brom Sanfield joined QPR, while Luton's Matty Pearson joined Huddersfield Town. And Sheffield Wednesday released 10 players following their relegation. I'll tell you who in a minute when we return from a short break. You're listening to the Commentary Up. Welcome back to the Commentary Hub, the home of alternative commentary. We are bringing you commentary today of Tranmere Rovers against Morecambe in the League Two playoff semi-final first leg. Current score is Tranmere 1, Morecambe 2 at half-time. Excellent first-half commentary from Nicholas Jones. As I mentioned, relegated Championship side Sheffield Wednesday announced the release of several long-serving players, Keane Westwood and Tom Lees, who have both been in the club for 7 years, amongst 10 players leaving the club following their relegation to League One. It was confirmed from the 3-3 draw against Derby on the final day of the campaign. Sheffield Wednesday have activated a 1-year extension to retain Kieran Brennan, Alex Hunt, Sam Hutchinson, with Jose Uride offered a new deal. Liam Shaw declined an offer of a new contract and will move to Celtic this summer. Meanwhile, Joost van Aken, Kadeem Harris, Elias Kachunga, Matt Penny, Moses Adebayo, Joey Pelupesi, Adam Reach, Jordan Rhodes are the other players leaving Hillsborough. Loanees Izzy Brown and Jack Marriott have returned to Chelsea and Derby respectively. So that's a bit of news coming out of the Championship today. at Sheffield Wednesday, release 10. Other news in the Championship before we get back to the action on the field and just listen and get the thoughts from our commentator Nicholas Jones. Derby County responded to complaints from fans around the clubs of the Championship club's latest proposed takeover bid. The abandonment of Spanish businessman Eric Alonso's purchase of the club came 6 days after Derby's fraught final escape from relegation, but Chief Executive Stephen Priest has revealed the Rams are still negotiating with new potential buyers, comes in response to an open letter sent by various support groups. In a statement issued on behalf of the Derby board, Pearce said it's widely understood that our current owner, Mel Morris, has been in discussion with numerous parties about a transfer of ownership at both the club and Pride Park. After two abortive procedures we've been airing, and we can confirm that a number of other credible parties were in active negotiations to have the club take it forward. An announcement was made in April that a deal had been agreed between Mel Morris and No Limit Sports Limited, but subsequently developments meant the deal is no longer an option. Due to confidentiality reasons, we cannot expand on this information at this time in terms of the identities and complexities of the discussions. However, Mel Morris is in touch with a number of credible parties, he said, and it looks as though the current boss, Wayne Rooney, will be in charge for next season. So interesting news there from Derby County and some other Championship news as well. Now back to the field of play, back to League 2 action and the match we are covering today. Nicholas Jones, you just watched that first half as well as myself. And what have you made to that first half? Do you feel, from your opinion, that Morecambe deserved to be in the lead, or would you say the draw would have been a fair scoreline at half time? But as at half time, Tranmere are trailing by 2-1.
I'm actually quite surprised that Morecambe are ahead at this particular stage because I was actually expecting Tranmere to actually score first. Obviously, they didn't, and would have expected a draw by half time. But I'm actually surprised that Morecambe are 2 goals ahead. That being said, I do feel that they are the team that could win this one.
Yes, Stu. So then, Nicholas, with it being 2-1 to Morecambe at half time, do you think that if Tranmere get the next goal, they could go on to win it, or do you still feel that Morecambe may win it overall? Do you reckon if Tranmere get it, they could go on to win the game? The next goal, that is?
It's difficult to say right now, but Morecambe are doing really well at Morecambe are doing really well at holding on. A couple of times I did actually mention one of their defenders, Ryan Cooney. He's been doing well to keep out some of the. He's been doing well to keep out some of the Tranmere attacks. He's behaving. He's behaving very much like a pesky fly in front of the. In front of whoever has the ball for Tranmere. But if Cooney does well to keep up this solid defence, then Tranmere could well hold on to win the game 2-1, or maybe try and get another goal.
Yes, hopefully we can see more goals in this game. But so far, 3 goals, not bad for a League 2 playoff match, which we have covered. Unfortunately, we couldn't bring you the Forest Green Newport game due to personal reasons beyond our control. The commentary hub. You can use the hashtag TCHub to get involved. Tweet us at Commentary Live 1 to also get involved, and also visit our Facebook page. Facebook.com/commentary hub is the place to be. You're listening to alternative commentary of Tranmere Rovers against Morecambe in League 2. And hopefully you're enjoying our coverage. We'll hopefully feature some more great coverage from the playoffs over the weekend, and we'll announce our games that we will fetch to you on our social media pages in the coming days. If you just look on the Tranmere bench, Nicholas Reid touched upon it before kick-off as well. They've got David Nugent on the bench, 36-year-old on loan from Preston. 2 goals in 18, twice promoted to the Premier League, 4 goals in 12 in the playoffs, 696 appearances for David Nugent in total in his career. Do you think if Nugent comes on, he could cause Morecambe a few problems, having been played in the higher division and higher divisions? Or do you feel Morecambe's defence will have enough to stop David Nugent from causing them quite a bit of problems?
I'm actually surprised they didn't include him in the starting lineup. To be honest with you, why they actually dropped into the subs bench for this one, I don't know. But although that being said, he was on the subs. Although that being said, he did actually start the previous game against Colchester United. So why they had to put him on the bench is completely beyond me. Like you say, his experience at playing in higher divisions could prove valuable if they need to bring him onto the pitch. If Tranmere want to get more goals, they should get him on.
Yes. Do you reckon then, Nicholas, if I were to just push you for a second, if Nugent comes on, scores the next goal, and it's 2-2 on the night, do you think Tranmere can go on to win it, or do you feel Morecambe will have enough to hold out?
If Nugent does manage to get a goal in for Tranmere, then it could well lead to another goal from either someone like James Vaughan or perhaps Kane Woolery if they get him onto the bench. But if they're in a pinch as they were early on in the first half, it could be one of the old boys that scores, like Peter Clark, who we saw in the first half.
Yes. Nicholas, if I were to ask you for the final score prediction, do you reckon it'll stay 2-1, or do you think there'll be more goals in this? And if so, what's your final score prediction?
There could well be more goals in the second half, but if you point a gun at me and you want me to give you a final score now, I'll have to go for Tranmere 2, Morecambe 3.
Okay, Nicholas reckons Tranmere will just be edged out by the odd goal in 5. We'll see if he is correct once we get underway in the second half. Just watching a few chances from James Vaughan at half time. We'll be getting back underway very, very soon. Just waiting for the players. Morecambe are back out onto the field of play, waiting for Tranmere and the officials to make their way out as well. Just want to say thank you for listening to Derek Jones, which is Nicholas's dad and his mum, and hopefully if his auntie and uncle are tuning in as well. Thank you very much. Thank you to John Hughes as well. Make sure you share this out to your other friends, your other family members, and get them involved as well. Share it out to your friends. Get them subscribed. More great commentaries like this one coming up from us all. But we're back, getting ready to get back underway for the second half then, as we get ready for second half coverage, as Tranmere Rovers just get ready to, just coming back out for the final bit of, just going through their final bit of warm-up action ahead of this second half, as it looks as though the rain seems to be falling down. The officials are out there, the players are out there. Our man in the commentary box, I think he's ready. Put your thumb up if you are, my friend. Our man in the commentary box is ready for the second half. So let's hand back over to Nicholas Jones for the second half.
Thanks, Ross. Morecambe to kick us off. Morecambe to kick off proceedings in the second half. 2-1 the score. 2-1 the score to them. Can they get more, or can Tranmere pull back? We shall see. And straight away it goes into the possession of Morecambe. That's Knight Percival. Tranmere take it back. Liam Feeney for Tranmere passes to Blackett Taylor, but the ball has gone out for a throw-in, and it's all action again in less than 30 seconds. Throw-in to be taken again to Tranmere Rovers. Caught by Morecambe. Sangu. Dispossessed by Khan. Khan passes to O'Connor. Now Spearing. Back to O'Connor. Spearing again. Peter Clark. Spearing. No, Vaughan. O'Connor. Morris, back to O'Connor. Spearing to Feeney. Feeney goes for Morris. Morris with the ball for Tranmere. Dispossessed by Knight Percival. Straight to Clark. Now Jay Spearing. Jay Spearing for Tranmere goes for Blackett Taylor. Blackett Taylor goes for Ryder. Dispossessed by McAllendon. Still Tranmere 1, Morecambe 2. After 2 minutes of the second half have been played. Knight Percival got the first goal within 15 minutes. And it's a goal kick to Morecambe. Cleared away by Leatheran. Monte now. Intercepted by Gomez. But it's out for another corner. Mendes Gomez not happy with the rough treatment. And it is actually a throw-in. I do apologise. Throw-in taken. Tranmere in play. Khan into Morris. Mendes Gomez now for Morecambe. It's gone out for a throw. It looked like he was going for goal, but Tranmere got there before he did. And it's another throw-in to the Shrimps. Throw-in taken, cleared away by somebody at Tranmere. Now here's Hendry. Stephen Hendry crosses. Headed away by Clark. Hendry is in pain. Something is clearly up. Crossed by Hendry, but I think he might have been clipped by Kieran Morris. Looks in pain. I think he's clutching his head. He's clutching his head. Will he have to be taken off? The referee's coming over to have a look at him. As are his teammates Wildig and Sangu. Mendes Gomez. Diagoraga. Derek Adams If that is the case, Derek Adams will need to find a substitute for him. In fact, the physio has come out onto the pitch to have a look at his leg. Might be the part where it connects to his foot. That could be the problem. That might be a strain. It could be a ligament problem. One of the Morecambe substitutes getting ready by warming up. It's Liam. It looked to me like Liam Gibson. Hendry pulled back up. He was going for the cross. Will he still be able to carry on to play? Throw in taken to Tranmere. No, Morecambe. Wilded with the throw, but cut out by the Tranmere defence. Hendry Mendes Gomez clearly not happy with what happened. There might have been shout. Was it a shout for a penalty? I don't know. Tranmere back in play. Clark. To Spearing. Back to Clark. Clark crosses to Taylor Blackett, but caught by Cooney. Ryan Cooney. The thorn in the side that keeps Tranmere out. No, it actually came to Khan, but Khan was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and that's why the ball went out. Hendry still very much in pain. Knight Percival and Leatheran coming over to have a look, and it looks like Lewis Gibson will come onto the pitch. Older brother of Liam Gibson, older brother of Lewis, the Everton player, formerly on the books of Newcastle United, but missed out the 17 and 18 season due to illness. And Hendry is indeed coming off for Liam Gibson. On goes Gibson wearing the number 22. And play can resume. Morris. But a foul on Sangu by one of the Tranmere midfielders. Bit of a discussion. The referee's not taking any of it, and it looks like someone is going to go in the book. It's Manny Monte, by the looks of it, or was it Jay Spearing? Yep, it was Jay Spearing who brought down Sangu. The first booking of the match. Free kick to Morecambe. Wilding to take. Way wide. Tranmere in play. Here's Clark. Intercepted by Diagura. Gibson was aiming for Stockton, but Tranmere did well to dispossess. Morris. Now Clark. Stockton looked menacing. Stockton almost has it. Caught again by Clark. Morris. Stockton goes for it, but pushes Clark down. Play still goes on. Tranmere in possession. Jay Spearing. To Liam Feeney. Morris brought down by Mendes Gomez. Lee O'Connor for Tranmere. Blackett-Taylor back to O'Connor. Blackett-Taylor again. Here's Liam Feeney. Feeney goes for Vaughan. Vaughan heads! But the ball is kept out of the Morecambe net. Monte. Khan. Excuse me. Now Monte again. Back to Clark. O'Connor. Now Liam Feeney. Monte. Monte to Feeney. Tranmere doing well to hold on to the ball at the present moment. Cole Stockton looks menacing. Now here's Peter Clark. Clark crosses, aims for Khan. 56 minutes gone. Still Tranmere 1, Morecambe 2. Superb cross by Feeney, almost headed in by Vaughan. Vaughan now spearing to O'Connor. O'Connor tries a slide pass, but it doesn't work. Here's Gibson. Tranmere still have the most possession of anyone in the second half with 73%. Mendes Gomez was going for Wildig, but was kept out by the Tranmere defence. Khan. Monte. McAllendon. McAllendon was going for Wildig. Spearing now. To Morris. Morris passes to O'Connor. Feeney to O'Connor again. Clark. Right on. Monte was aiming for Khan, but Ryan Cooney brought him down. Ryan Cooney and Derek Adams clearly upset about something. And so is Monte. No caution cards given. It looks like it's only going to be a free kick to Morecambe. No, sorry, throw in to Morecambe. Now another throw, this time to Tranmere. Headed by Sangu. O'Connor for Tranmere. Passes to Blackett-Taylor, now back to O'Connor. Peter Clark. Peter Clark goes for James Vaughan. Vaughan heads! And caught by Kyle Leatherin. Leatherin having a quick word with Vaughan. It actually came off the head of a Morecambe player trying to defend the goal. Gibson headed towards Mendes Gomez, fouled by Spearing, but play still goes on. Kieran Morris to Blackett-Taylor. Corey Blackett-Taylor crosses to Ryder. Feeney! But the ball does not go in. Had James Vaughan been a bit closer, he could have netted the equaliser for Tranmere. We're now past the hour mark. Still Tranmere 1, Morecambe 2. Corner now to Tranmere. Liam Feeney takes the corner kick. Vaughan almost makes it 2, but the ball goes over the crossbar. Superb corner kick by Feeney, and it was actually Clark who came close to heading it in. But another corner now to Tranmere. Can they make something out of this? Not quite. And Peter Clark almost made it the equaliser. Superb header, but he aimed at the wrong angle. Was part of the team that reached the Worthington Cup, as it was then called, now the Carabao Cup in 2000, the final, where they lost to Leicester City. 13 attempts on goal so far for Tranmere compared to Morecambe 7. Cole Stockton for Morecambe. Now Liam McCallendon. Cooney. Almost went for it. Tranmere still in possession. O'Connor. Now to Diagoraga. But out for a throw, this time to Gibson. Liam Gibson with the throw. Right, taken by Gibson. Monte. O'Connor. Now back to Joe Murphy. Monte. Clark, Spearing. Spearing has the ball for Tranmere. Darts around the Morecambe defenders. Now Otis Khan. Ryder. Khan. Khan to Spearing. Khan again. Spearing. Now Otis Khan. Khan passes to Feeney, but intercepted by the Morecambe defence. Now Monte. Back to Spearing, back to Monte. Peter Clark. Now passes to Morris, goes for Vaughan, but intercepted by Gibson, but the ball has gone out for another throw. 64 minutes gone. Still Tranmere Rovers 1, Morecambe 2. Gibson takes the throw, headed by O'Connor. Vaughan brought down. Play goes on. Crossed by Monte. Headed by one of the Morecambe defence. Now back to Clark. O'Connor. Clark again. Now O'Connor. Clark to Spearing. Spearing now with the ball for Tranmere. Now here's Khan. Otis Khan to Liam Rydard. Now Khan again. Back to Spearing. Khan. Clark passes the ball. Long pass to O'Connor. Morris to Spearing. Almost caught by Khan. Now Feeney to Morris. Trying to go around Mendes. Gomez headed by Knight Percival to clear the ball away from the goal area, which it has done. But Tranmere still hungry for their equalising goal, and it's out for a throw. It doesn't appear to be raining anymore at Prenton Park, although I could still see some spots of water on the camera shots. Ball goes out for a goal kick. Excellent shot by Spearing, almost going for goal. If Tranmere want to get more goals in, they need to start looking at making a substitute very soon. Headed by Wildig. Rydar goes for Feeney. Caught by a Morecambe player. Cole Stockton almost had it. Headed by Stockton. Almost caught by Khan. Almost Stockton. Now it's Diagaraga. Blackett Taylor. Blackett Taylor still with the ball. Now in possession of Mendes. Now in possession of Diagaraga. But cleared away by the defence at Tranmere. But it's now Ryan Cooney. Crossed by Lavelle. But it doesn't work. Mendes Gomez with the ball for Morecambe. Passed to Diagaraga, but Clark did well to send the ball out. Spearing to Morris. Morris for Tranmere. Passes to Blackett Taylor. Now Khan. Spearing to Vaughan. Tranmere still in possession. Otis Khan. Caught by Diagaraga. Now Sangu. Sangu crosses, but the ball's out. And there is going to be, and it looks like there will be a substitution for Tranmere. In fact, it looked like two. Feeney with the cross to Blackett Taylor. Blackett Taylor cut out by Mendes Gomez. Now Jay Spearing to O'Connor. Blackett Taylor now with the ball. Caught by one of the Tranmere defenders, but back in possession of Tranmere. Spearing to Feeney. Feeney now with the ball to Khan. Khan passes back to Feeney. Intercepted by Gibson. Almost 20 minutes of the second half left. Still 2-1 to Morecambe. Ball is caught by Joe Murphy. No, Kyle Leatherin. headed by one of the Tranmere players, but caught by Ryan Cooney. Sent away by Joe Murphy. Back to Cooney. And it is going to be another throw to Morecambe, and it looks like a substitution has been made for Tranmere Rovers. And it looks like Danny Lloyd has come on. And going off the pitch is Blackett Taylor, who has cut, and coming on is Kane Woolery. Otis Khan came off for Lewis, and Feeney has been replaced, and Feeney has gone, and Danny Lloyd has replaced Liam Feeney. Monte. All cleared out. Paul Lewis came on for Tranmere. And I apologise for saying that Blackett Taylor had the ball. It was actually Mendes Gomez. Cross by Morecambe, aiming for Wildig. But the ball has gone out for another throw. This time to Gibson, who will take the throw. Tranmere supporters still cheering their club on in any which way they can. But just like Oxford United on Tuesday, at the moment it appears that they're going to go away without a win. O'Connor with the throw. Clark to Monte. Paul Lewis. Now Peter Clark. Clark passes to Monte. Monte with the ball now goes for Ryder. Now here's Danny Lloyd. Danny Lloyd with the ball for Tranmere. Lloyd passes to Ryder, but Cooney fouls. But Cooney is fouled. It looked like Ryder brought him down, and Cooney is in a lot of pain, and that is not good news for Morecambe. They've already had to replace one player due to injury. Now it looks like they could well replace another. That was nasty. I think it was either the upper part of his leg, or it might have been his bottom even, that got straight into his face, or it looked like it was actually a boot to the chest. That could well be why Cooney was writhing about in pain, but he appears to have got back up onto his feet now. Morris for Tranmere. Morris passes to Ryder. Now Woolery. To Morris, now Spearing. Ryder. Woolery. Kept out by McAllendon. 15 minutes of the second half left. Still Tranmere 1, Morecambe 2 as we go into another corner. Tranmere have had 10 corners compared to Morecambe's 2. Kept out by Kyle Leathern. Corner kick taken, headed by Monte and Lewis. But Kyle Leathern did well to keep the ball out. And a substitute is going to be made for Morecambe. And it looks like it's going to be Brad Lyons that will come onto the pitch in place of Liam McAllendon. Brad Lyons started his career at Coleraine in Northern Ireland before moving to England and the UK to further his career. Woolery for Tranmere. Passes to Clark. Cole Stockton went down on the ground briefly, but quickly back up. Now Spearing. Spearing to Woolery. Now back to Spearing. Morris. Spearing. Now Rydler. Now Woolery. Monte. Here's Cole Stockton for Morecambe. Stockton was about to pass to Diagaraga, but Tranmere dispossessed him. And it looked like a foul on Kane Woolery. Peter Clark now for Tranmere Rovers. Goes for James Vaughan, but Gibson gets there before he does. Still appears to be raining at Prenton Park, and a yellow card has been awarded to James Vaughan for that challenge on Gibson. That looked pretty reckless and deserving of a yellow card in my view. Quick glimpse at Mark Palios, the Tranmere Rovers chairman. Understandably not happy with how things are going for his side. Cole Stockton almost had the ball, but quickly brought down. Now it's been wrestled away from by Lee O'Connor. Jay Spearing for Tranmere. Passes to Paul Lewis. Rydler, Lewis, Woolery. Ball goes out of play for a throw. And another substitution is being made for Tranmere, and James Vaughan is going off for David Nugent, the experienced player. He's played in all of the top 4 tiers throughout his long career, has David Nugent. Morris. Now O'Connor. Gibson looking to challenge him. Back to Morris. Jay Spearing. And it was heading for David Nugent. Paul Lewis. Intercepted by Cooney. Woolery back to Spearing. Clark. Clark with the ball. Looked like he was going for a long-range shot, but it was too high. And they cannot afford to make mistakes like that with 10 minutes to go. Tranmere's hopes of taking that goal advantage into the second leg match is slipping further and further away. Ryder crosses. Now it was Diagaraga. It was caught by Murphy, who rolls it out to Clark. Now O'Connor. O'Connor passes to Morris. Now Spearing. To Monte. Monte passes to Ryder and is out for a throw, which has been taken. Caught by Morris. Now O'Connor to Spearing. Crossed by Ryder, almost heading for Nugent, but the Morecambe defence did well to keep it out. Spearing to Ryder. Now Spearing crosses. But Mendes Gomez blocked David Nugent. It was actually Gibson who managed to head the ball away. Ian Dawes takes a quick drink of water to try and calm his nerves down. Leatheran kicks the ball out of the goal, but is intercepted by Tranmere. Now it's Morecambe again with Cooney. Cooney back down on the ground. That was another foul on him. He'd been roughed up earlier, but his injury's been a bit more serious, and a Tranmere player has been booked. Couldn't see who it was that challenged him. It was Lloyd. Danny Lloyd was the man who brought him down. That was a reckless challenge. He might have been going for the ball, but he caught his foot there. He might have gone for the ball, but he still caught another player's foot, and that's worthy of a card in my view. "83 minutes gone, still Tranmere 1, Morecambe 2. Headed by Gibson. Now caught by O'Connor. O'Connor aims for Lewis, but cleared by the Morecambe defence. Now back to O'Connor. Spearing for Tranmere. Crosses to Nugent. And it's gone over the crossbar. Nugent was going for goal, but it didn't. But the angle wasn't where he wanted. Lovely cross by Spearing, aiming for Nugent. But Lavelle got in his way. Ryder for Tranmere. Wildig. Now Ryder. Back to Stockton. Ball has gone out. Or what looks to ball has gone out for another throw-in. Headed by Lewis. Now Cooney. Sangu. Spearing was almost taken by Lewis. Now here's Mendes Gomez. Mendes Gomez for Morecambe. He was aiming for Diagouraga, and had he found Diagouraga, that could have well been the death knell for Morecambe. But Manny Monte was quick to intercept that one. Five minutes left of the second half. Here's Kane Woolery for Tranmere. Woolery brought down. But it was actually Brad Lyons who might have been fat. It was actually Brad Lyons who hit the ground. And a fracas going on between many of the Tranmere and Morecambe players, arguing about whose fault it was. Referee needs to do something. Couldn't quite see what happened to Brad Lyons. It might have been Woolery who fouled him. And the referee making a note in his book. And in fact, Brad Lyons has in fact been booked. Brad Lyons was booked. Was he simulating? I don't actually know, but he does look like he's been roughed up a bit. Kane Woolery, who's just come on, is in fact another former Bolton player. So if Tranmere were to go up against Bolton, so if Tranmere were to be promoted and they would meet Bolton in League One, then Woolery would face his former club. But it doesn't look like it's going to. But it doesn't look. But it looks like that prospect will be a slim chance now for Tranmere Rovers. With 3 minutes of normal time left in the second half, time is running out. It looks like there may be a few minutes added on at the end of the 90 minutes, and a couple of bookings have already been given. It looked like Mendes Gomez was one, and also Lee O'Connor has been given a yellow card as well. Obviously, Lee O'Connor's card would have been for dissent against the referee, and I think Mendes Gomez might have been booked for the same purpose. This is what happened to Woolery. Brought down, and Brad Lyons. Did it look like simulation? I don't know. And this was the argument that resulted in these two bookings. Spearing for Tranmere. He passes to Lewis, who now passes to Lloyd. Lloyd intercepted by Sangoon. And I need to decide very soon who my man of the match is going to be. And it looks like it'll be, and Tranmere still in play with the ball. Lee O'Connor for Tranmere. Here's Ryder. Superb cross now into Lloyd. Taken away by Sangu. Now Diagouraga. But still Tranmere just won't let this ball go. We are into the 90th minute of normal time. And we have been given an extension of 8 minutes. And I've decided on my man of the match, even though he was substituted in the second half, I'm going to give it to Ryan Cooney. Our man of the match, sponsored by Commentary Services, is Ryan Cooney. This was the incident that happened with Mendes Gomez, and that was what resulted in O'Connor being cautioned. Will Tranmere be able to make the most of the 8 minutes that have been given for time extension now, with 7 of them left to go? Lee O'Connor for Tranmere, headed clear by Nathaniel Knight Percival. Jay Spearing for Tranmere was going for Kane Woolery, but brought down Ryan Cooney, who was actually still on the pitch. I do apologise. He wasn't substituted. Play still continues. Tranmere are starting to get desperate. They need to add another goal to level things up. Mendes Gomez for Morecambe, who fouls Lee O'Connor. Thank you very much, Ross. Thank you very much, Ross, by saying that I've done some great commentary today. I hope to bring you more in months to come. Throw into Morecambe, taken by Cooney. To Stockton, who was almost going for Cole Stockton, but it was caught by Joe Murphy. Tranmere almost had the ball back in play, but Gibson brought down Lloyd, who was quick to get up. Gibson for Morecambe. Cleared by Diagaraga. Now it's going for Cole Stockton. And a bit of an altercation between him and Peter Clark. Was tugging at his shirt a lot. Three out of the 8 extended minutes added. Still Tranmere 1, Morecambe 2. And it's going to be another throw-in to Morecambe. Throw-in taken. Diagaraga. Gibson. Cleared by Lewis. Now a throw to Morecambe. Liam Gibson with the throw. Liam Gibson to take the throw. Halfway through the 8 minutes extension. Cole Stockton almost with the ball, but Lee O'Connor has been brought down, but back up on his feet. Remember, he is already on a yellow card. O'Connor for Tranmere. Jay Spearing. Passes to Peter Clark. 3 minutes to go. Woolery almost had the ball for Tranmere, but one of the Morecambe defenders did well to hold him off, and it is really raining now at Prenton Park. The weather, if anything, up there has got even worse. Now is Lloyd, and it hits the side netting. That was oh so nearly an equaliser. Lloyd went round Sangu and some of the other players. It actually came off Lavelle. And a goal kick to Morecambe. Tranmere running out of time and options. They need to pull a miracle out of the bag now. Derek Adams. He's not showing it, but he feels assured that Morecambe will be going into the second leg match at the Mazuma Stadium with the home advantage. Morecambe in play now. And a foul inside the goal area. The ref says play on. Woolery. 1 minute to go. And Woolery fouled by Sangu. Now it's Peter Clark. Kieran Morris. Now Rydlar. Now Lloyd. Tranmere need to pull something. Tranmere need to pull something out of the bag, or at least level with almost 40 seconds, with almost 20 seconds to go, I should say. Monte. Back to Lewis. Time is running out for Tranmere. They know it. Woolery. Cooney. Doing very well. No, Gibson, I should say, doing very well to keep the ball away from Tranmere. Now is Paul Lewis. And the full-time whistle has gone. It's Morecambe who take the victory in the first leg match between them and Tranmere Rovers. Tranmere need to overcome a 2-goal deficit when they travel to the Mazuma Stadium for the second leg. The Tranmere fans who returned to Prenton Park were hoping to go home with a victory. It didn't happen for them, and the final score at Prenton Park: Tranmere Rovers 1, Morecambe 2.
Thank you very much, Nicholas Jones, for your tremendous commentary this evening. Thank you for bringing some insightful commentary as well to the game this evening. Thanks to John Hughes and Derek Jones and all the other listeners that we've had this evening. Great to interact with John and Derek throughout the programme as well. But before we do leave you, I'm just going to ask Nicholas a question now. Nicholas, during that game you gave Ryan Cooney man of the match. Why did you think Ryan Cooney stood out? What was the main factors into Ryan Cooney being given man of the match this evening?
Cooney did really well to keep the ball out of the goal area when it really mattered for Morecambe. Even though sometimes the Morecambe forwards managed to sometimes get through him, Um, Ryan Cooney was Ryan Cooney was someone who really stood his ground around the goal area, and even had a couple of goes at goal himself. So that is why I'm giving the man of the match to Ryan Cooney.
Yes, thank you very much, then, Nicholas, for some great work today. I hope you enjoyed that one, mate. Did you enjoy that commentary today?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah, it was pretty good. I'm a bit disappointed that we didn't get more goals in the second half, but Morecambe did really well to hold on to their 2 goal lead.
They, yeah, to the 1 goal lead in the 2-1 win that Morecambe got tonight. So thank you very much for listening to our coverage.
Oh
We're back
wow!
again with some more playoff action to come between now and the end of May, and then we'll get ready to bring you the European Championships this summer. But from myself and from Nicholas and from the team at the Commentary Hub, thank you very much for listening. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at the Commentary Live One and use the hashtag TCHub to get involved with the conversation. Thank you very much for listening. Good night.